Good morning, students. In the previous lessons of history, we took information about the Shivaji Maharaj from the birth to the death. Today, we are going to start a new lesson of history. Lesson number 9, the Maratha War of Independence. After the death of Shivaji Maharaj, who fought against the Mughal, how they fought, their information we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, means before this history we learn the information about the Shivaji Maharaj. Now we are going to learn the information about the Maratha Empire after the death of Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, now see, the name of our lesson is Maratha War of Independence. Let's learn the meaning of it, whose war it is, who started, against whom. That all information first we will learn. Okay. After the death of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the Maratha fought very bravely with the Mughals under the leadership of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, and Maharani Tarabai. This struggle continued a long period of time. This struggle was continued near about 27 years. How many years? 27 years. This long war against the Mughal after the death of Shivaji Maharaj was known as Maratha War of Independence. Understood this? Three things you have to clear. The first one, how many years the Maratha War of Independence continued. How many years? 27 years. Who was the enemy of Maratha? The Mughal was the enemy of Maratha. And who took the leadership from the Maratha side? The three main leaders were there. The first one, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Second one, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. And third one, Maharani Tarabai, wife of Rajaram Maharaj. Okay, understood this? What is mean by Maratha War of Independence? Okay, after the death of Shivaji Maharaj, Aurangzeb thought that he could easily win the Swaraj. Okay, what he think? Easily he win the Swaraj. So he attacked on the Swaraj. When? But his thinking was very wrong. Maratha gave intensive fight against the Mughal. It was very hard for Mughal to conquer the Swaraj, and their information we will learn in this lesson. The first one, the Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Who was the Sambhaji Maharaj? Sambhaji Maharaj was the eldest son of Shivaji Maharaj. He was born on the 14th May 1657 on the Purandar fort. He was very brave and courageous. Shivaji Maharaj paid attention towards the Sambhaji's good education in the civil administration and the military campaigns. Not only Shivaji Maharaj gave education to the Sambhaji but also provided experiences of the campaigns. Many times Shivaji Maharaj sent to the Sambhaji on the different battles. Okay, under the leadership of Sambhaji Maharaj, many campaigns were there. The French traveler Abbe Carey said about the Sambhaji Maharaj that even though the prince is young, he is courageous and brave like his father was famous for. Means Sambhaji Maharaj was small that time, but he was brave like his father Shivaji Maharaj. Means here in the different battles he got that experience to fight with the enemies. After the death of Shivaji Maharaj, Sambhaji Maharaj became the Chhatrapati of Swaraj. At that time, Mughal attacked on the Swaraj. The conditions were very miserable, very harsh condition was there. When Sambhaji Maharaj became the Chhatrapati, that time he fought against the Mughal very strongly and fastly. Aurangzeb wanted to occupy the region from Kabul to Kanyakumari. What the Aurangzeb want? See in this map. In the green color, the Kabul city is shown to you. Are you able to find? See carefully. Okay. Aurangzeb want to expand his empire from the Kabul to Kanyakumari. Means a long empire he want. Yes, the extent of empire from Kabul to Kanyakumari. Mughal empire he want to expand. That time, son of Aurangzeb, Shahzada Akbar. King Akbar is the different one and the Shahzada Akbar is different one. Okay. Now that Shahzada Akbar want to become the king. So he rebelled against the Aurangzeb. What he did? He started a rebel against the Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was very strong. He easily crushed his rebel. Now Shahzada Akbar get feared. Due to the fear, he ran away and he came into the Deccan to take a shelter with the Sambhaji Maharaj. What he did? He rebelled against his father but it not succeed. That's why he ran away here into the Deccan. Okay. Now he took a shelter to the Sambhaji Maharaj. Now Aurangzeb became very angry. He decided to come in a south. Now with the great artillery and the great force he took with him and he invaded the Swaraj. He attacked on the Swaraj. He thought he can easily crush down the Swaraj. Now the new king was there. Now easily he can crush down and his dream was there to expand the empire from the Kanyakumari to the Kabul. So we can complete our dream also. That's why Aurangzeb joined hands with the enemies of Swaraj like Portuguese, Siddhi, and they started the attack on the Swaraj. But the dream of Aurangzeb was completely destroyed by the Maratha Sardars. He think easily he can crush the Swaraj, but his dream was completely destroyed by the Maratha Sardars. They fought very bravely against the Mughal. Many years that struggle was continued. Now Maratha Sardars started attacks on the Mughal territories. Mughal general could not win the Maratha forts. Ramsej near in Nashik for a long time they fought against the Maratha but the Mughal could not succeed or not able to win that fort. Due to the bravery of Maratha Sardars, Aurangzeb became very frustrated. Yes, he was come on his knees. He was very frustrated due to the bravery of Sambhaji Maharaj. Many times question will be asked on this. Aurangzeb was frustrated due to dash dash bravery. Aurangzeb was frustrated due to the Sambhaji Maharaj's bravery. Now he was very angry on Sambhaji Maharaj. Once Aurangzeb threw his turban. Do you know turban? Yes. See in this picture on the head of Aurangzeb that cap or the turban was there. He thrown that turban on the ground and said, "Until I defeat to the Sambhaji, I will not wear this turban." From this, you can understood that how the Maratha fought against the Mughal with the limited sources and the Mughals fed up due to these things. Mughal first think easily we can crush the Swaraj but their dreams could not complete due to the bravery of the Maratha Sardars. Understood this? Now come on the next one. Campaign against the Siddhi. The Siddhi of Zanjira used to harass the people of Swaraj. He used to raid, burn, and loot the Maratha territories. Loot means, taking the things from the Swaraj like the gold, grain, fruits, as well as people to make the slaves. All these things are known as the loot, whatever they took with them after the battle. Okay. Now, the Sabhasad has described Siddhi as a rat. Why he described Siddhi as a rat? Do you know rat? How that rat eat the things in your houses? Slowly he come outside of the hole. He that rat took some food or the grains from your house and he ran away. As you saw him and you tried to catch him, what the rat did? Rat fastly went to his house or in the hole. Yes or no? Yes. The same things was did by the Siddhi. What the Siddhi did? He attacked on the people of the Swaraj, took the food, grain, or gold from them. He burned their farms. Now, the Maratha Sardars know these things, they attack on them. They started to attack on Siddhi. That time, Siddhi run away and he take a shelter in a Zinji fort. See here that the fort of Siddhi, Zanjira. It is situated in a ocean. So he took a shelter in that fort. Is it like a rat? As soon as they get the things to eat, then again run away to his home. So the Maratha was frustrated. Sambhaji Maharaj decided to teach a lesson to Siddhi. So Sambhaji Maharaj started a campaign against the Siddhi in 1682. His army led a siege to the Siddhi's fort Dandarajapuri and they started a artillery firing on the Zanjira fort. But at the same time, Mughal attacked on the Swaraj. So Sambhaji Maharaj had to abandon this Zanjira campaign and he returned a Swaraj or he returned a halfway. Means he could not completed this campaign because the Mughal invaded or Mughal attacked on the Swaraj. That's why to save the Swaraj, Sambhaji Maharaj returned halfway from this Zanjira campaign. Okay. Many times question will be asked on this. Give a reason why Sambhaji Maharaj returned a halfway from Zanjira campaign. Because Mughal attacked on a Swaraj same time, that's why Sambhaji Maharaj returned a halfway. Understood this? Now the second campaign, the campaign against Portuguese. Portuguese joined hands with the Mughals against the Sambhaji Maharaj. So he decided to teach a lesson to Portuguese. Sambhaji Maharaj attacked on the Revdanda fort of Portuguese in 1683. Portuguese started the counter attack. As soon as Sambhaji Maharaj attacked on them, Portuguese started a counter attack on the Swaraj. Hmm? Portuguese led a siege to the Fonda fort of Maratha. Which fort? Fonda fort of Maratha. Now, there was a siege to the Fonda fort, but the Maratha broke this fort or the Maratha broke this siege and attacked on a Goa. Esaji Kank fought very bravely in a Goa battle. The governor of Portuguese started to run away from the battlefield and under the leadership of Sambhaji Maharaj, the Marathas started the chase to him. But again, the same time Mughal attacked on a Konkan area. So, Sambhaji Maharaj returned from that Goa battle to the Konkan to save the Swaraj. The both campaign, Goa campaign as well as the Siddhi's campaign was there in a halfway due to the attack of Mughals. Now the end of Adil Shahi and Qutub Shahi. Mughals continued a battle against the Maratha many years. Continuously they was doing the battle with the Maratha, but they could not succeed. Whatever their campaigns are there, sometimes Mughal won one or two battles, sometimes Maratha won, but totally Mughals could not get the whole empire of the Marathas. So Aurangzeb suspended the campaign against the Maratha and turned towards Adil Shahi and Qutub Shahi. Suspended means he stopped the battle against the Maratha for some time and he started or he turned his campaign towards Adil Shahi and Qutub Shahi. He conquered both territories. He conquered a lot of wealth and the army from the both kingdom. So Aurangzeb became more powerful or stronger. But that time Maratha general or Senapati Hambirrao Mohite got killed by the Mughals. So Maratha became the weak one. Okay. Now the how was the administration of the Sambhaji Maharaj, that we have to learn. After the death of Shivaji Maharaj, Sambhaji Maharaj became the king. You know that. From the beginning, he was engaged in a different battles. Yes, Mughals attack as well as Siddhis attack as well as Portuguese battle means from the beginning when he was the king of the Swaraj or he became the king of Swaraj, he started continuously battles with the different enemies. Though he was engaged in the battles, he did not neglect the administration, justice, and the revenue system. He was very particular about all these things. Sambhaji Maharaj punished many landlords who harassed the common people, who took the more revenue from the people, or any complaint is there regarding to the landlords or some persons or the sardars were there who rebelled against the Swaraj after the death of Shivaji Maharaj. So to all these Sambhaji Maharaj punished strict punishments. Okay. So the Sambhaji Maharaj gave a administration power to his wife. Why the Sambhaji gave all these things, administrative powers to his wife Maharani Esubai? Because most of the time he was engaged into the battles and the Maharani Esubai was a good administrator. That's why Sambhaji Maharaj gave some administrative powers to his wife Maharani Esubai and he gave her her own stamp. Means with her stamp she can do her work. Okay. The Sambhaji Maharaj knew the many languages. Many things we have to know regarding to the Sambhaji Maharaj. Sambhaji Maharaj knew many languages like Marathi, Hindi, Parsi, Urdu, Sanskrit. Okay. He was a good poet and the writer. He wrote a book in a Sanskrit named Buddha Bhushanam. For match the pairs, this name of the book is very important. Which book was written by the Sambhaji Maharaj? Buddha Bhushanam. Underline this one. Okay. In this book, he discussed on a polity. On which subject he discussed in this book? He discussed on a polity in this Buddha Bhushanam book. Okay. Now, how the Sambhaji Maharaj died, the death of Sambhaji Maharaj. Aurangzeb was trying hard to defeat the Sambhaji Maharaj. So, he appointed Mukarrab Khan as a in charge of Kolhapur province. Mukarrab Khan was well experienced and very brave. His intelligence department was very efficient. And the Mukarrab Khan got information about Sambhaji Maharaj that he was at a Sangamner or Sangameshwar in a Konkan. Quickly he attacked on Sambhaji. Sambhaji Maharaj fought bravely but he was defeated by Mukarrab Khan. Mukarrab Khan arrested to the Sambhaji Maharaj and Sambhaji Maharaj taken to the Aurangzeb's court. He faced him very fearlessly. Yes, fearlessly he faced to the Aurangzeb. By the Aurangzeb's order, Sambhaji Maharaj was brutally put to the death on 11th March 1689. Here, Sambhaji Maharaj was killed by the Aurangzeb's order. They cut his nails, his fingers, his take out his eyes, take out his skin. Very brutally, the Aurangzeb killed to the Sambhaji Maharaj. Now, he think the Sambhaji Maharaj was tied. Hmm? Sambhaji Maharaj did not sacrifice. Sambhaji Maharaj sacrificed his life for the Swaraj, but he did not surrender in front of the Aurangzeb. Now Aurangzeb think Sambhaji Maharaj died. No one king of Swaraj. Now I will easily crush down the Swaraj. But the incident occurred opposite of it. The king was tied. He did not sacrifice, he did not surrender or compromise in front of the Aurangzeb. These things gave a inspiration to the Maratha Sardars. Maratha Sardars took the inspiration from this and they started the struggle against the Mughal with the great force. They increased the intensity to attack on the Mughal Empire. Understood this? Now, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. Rajaram Maharaj was the second son of Shivaji Maharaj. He was born on the 14th February 1670 on the Raigad fort. Shivaji Maharaj paid attention towards his education and the military skills. Rajaram was also brave and clever. He became a Chhatrapati after the death of Sambhaji Maharaj. Okay, after the Sambhaji Maharaj, who became the Chhatrapati? Rajaram Maharaj became the Chhatrapati after the death of Sambhaji Maharaj. Aurangzeb thought that after the death of Sambhaji, he won the Swaraj very easily. So he sent Zulfikar Khan to give a siege to the Raigad fort. Okay, to whom he sent? He sent to the Zulfikar Khan. He was also brave and well experienced Sardar of Mughal Empire. That time, Rajaram Maharaj and his wife Maharani Tarabai, as well as wife of Sambhaji Maharaj, Maharani Yesubai, and his son Shahu, were there on the Raigad fort. It was very risky for that all members of royal family to stay at a one place. Maharani Yesubai handled this difficult situation very bravely. She took many important decisions on the Raigad fort. It was decided that the Rajaram Maharaj escape from the Raigad and go far fort like Zinzi. Maharani Yesubai chose to make the Rajaram as a king, not to her son Shahu. It is shining example of her love for the Swaraj and her selflessness. She kept the Maratha Chhatrapati safe and she remained on a Raigad. What they did? Here, all these family members were there on the Raigad fort. Rajaram Maharaj, his wife Maharani Tarabai, as well as Maharani Yesubai, all these and the Shahu, all these members were there on the Raigad and Zulfikar Khan was coming towards Raigad. It was very hard to fight with the Zulfikar Khan, so they decided to save the king of the Swaraj, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. They give a chance to escape from the Raigad and to reach the Zinzi. Okay. Now, Zinzi was a very hard fort to conquer. It is situated into the south, near about Tamil Nadu. So, it was long away from the Mughal territory, as well as it is situated on the hill. That's why it was very hard to conquer this fort. So they choose to reach this Zinzi fort. Zinzi is the different one and the Zanzira is the different one. Don't confuse in between that. Okay. On the 5th April 1689, Rajaram Maharaj escaped from the Raigad with his loyal companions. He took some loyal Sardar's companions with him and he escaped. Who was there with them? Prahlad Niraji, Khando Ballal, and the Rupaji Bhosle was there with them. And they reached to the Zinzi safely. Understood this? Okay. The remaining part we will learn in a next period. Once read that lesson, whatever I taught to you. Okay. Whatever the important things are there, important names are there, underline that important names with the pencil. Okay. Thank you.